Welcome back, everyone, to ESL Pro League Season 8, live from the Intel Esports Arena, where we have just witnessed a huge win there for Space Soldiers over Windigo, destroying them on Mirage in a matter of seconds. It was looking very nice, Ben.
Yeah, it was a very one-sided affair. Could have been, a bigger scoreline, really. If you think about it, how that first half looked. Windigo not really looking like the team we saw yesterday at the very least, and Space Soldiers definitely not looking like the team we saw yesterday. They were much better. Firing on all cylinders, really. Zantares had 33 kills, I think, at the end of that game as well. Even though, there were some rounds where Windigo had some players step up, it's not quite enough.
No. There was individual moments of sheer brilliance where they were able to, have some huge rounds. Poison with the ace there, popping off in a pistol round. Sort of little tidbits of what we wanted to see coming out from them, but no real consistency. There just wasn't enough. We move on now to Dust 2 as well. It's a map where we've seen some discrepancies. Windigo, they've struggled at times on it. They've looked good at times. It's very sort of just up in the air. There's no real clean-cut decision on how they're going to look. For the opposing side, though, in Space Soldiers, it's definitely a map they can perform well on. And when they're playing to this level of pedigree, without absolutely just popping off, ripping off heads left, right, and center, it is going to be quite a scary feat for Windigo.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because so far through the season we've been wondering about how if teams are able to reset properly when going into a game after having the first map go quite poorly. Yesterday we saw Space Soldiers not quite reset. They looked down and out going into that second map as well. However, Windigo, from what I've seen, they actually do okay when it comes to resetting, because obviously they've got quite a nice backroom, not backroom staff, but at least some players being there or people just telling them it's a best of 2 series, they've got another map. You can still get some points from this. And hopefully that is the case, because Dust 2, though, you mentioned it's not a very good map. It's not a consistent map, I guess, right? But if you've got Space Soldiers playing like that, Zantares, Kaliaks, it's going to be a big ask, though. You have to get that teamwork going. The teamwork that we've been praising for the past week, really, from Windigo. That needs to be there. Yeah,
that has to come out. And let's see if the odds are going to reflect that as well. In favour of Space Soldiers, as you'd expect, obviously right now looking like the better side. For Windigo, though, it's quite nice that it's actually fairly close odds. So proving that they, there's a little bit of a hint that people think they can do some damage. And we've seen that. We've seen slow, steady improvement. It's looking like the Bulgarian side is getting better and better. But now we need to see really that true form coming out. If they can actually have a couple of players popping off, we know what Damage Victor can do. We know what Poison brings to the table. Blocker as well, not really showing up there much in the first map. Normally has a pretty nice impact.
Yeah, he's one of those players you can rely on. When he does have an AK in his hand, he can get 2 or 3 kills in one of the big rounds and actually turn the tide in your favour. However, that game, I pointed out even, I believe it was round 12, he got 2 kills into the round, but that was his 2nd and 3rd kills of the entire game.
Yeah.
Quite disappointing looking at him. Poison, he started off quite slowly. We'll think about it from the game. We'll be he had that highlight though, the 5 kills on the pistol round the second half. That doesn't, that doesn't forgive the entire game, right? That, he could have been doing much better, but he just wasn't. They need everybody to show up to a certain level at the very least. You can have a slightly below average game, but you need to be making sure that everybody is there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can try and get some newfound form, reinvigorate themselves a little bit when we get back into this one, as they need some kind of energy. They did look a little bit lifeless, obviously, on the first map there. Dust 2 is a different kettle of fish. There is potential. It's a bit more of a puggy map. We could maybe try and see them just getting into it, refresh themselves a little bit, try and warm themselves up. But I think an early start is definitely going to be necessary. They need to come in strong on that pistol round and really just follow through from that point.
Yeah, one of the advantages they do have just on paper when you compare it to Space Soldiers, right? They've got quite a few competent AWPers.
Yes.
We saw Space Soldiers, Major from the get-go, he was willing to pick up that AWP. He knew we need to make sure we have this AWP presence on the map. Obviously, it didn't come into effect too much that game we just saw, because Windigo, they kept on just forcing into these rounds. They didn't have money to work with. We rarely saw an AWP from them, to be honest. Poison had maybe 3 rounds of the entire game. But looking at this, the CT side and Dust 2, you can usually get 2 AWPs in play, and they can have a lot of impact.
They can. And it could be quite explosive. We know Poison loves picking up the weapon as well, and we've seen him actually flourish in certain positions with it, so maybe there will be a bit of that cheekiness coming out. However, though, it is quite aggressive from Space Soldiers already. It's a 3-2 split, as they'll go for the pincer play onto the A-bomb site. Ooh,
that's a good start. Poison.
Oh, he's doing it again, Ben. Poison. Hat-trick coming out. There's the quad kill. Back-to-back aces for this boy.
He's had 2 CT pistol rounds today and got 10 kills.
What a gamer.
That's the other total he had a Mirage. That's bizarre.
That is ridiculous.
I suppose that's a good start to have, right? We mentioned the game against Astralis for Windigo. Poison, he got that 3K into the short pipe. From there, he was able to get about 25 kills in the space of about 15, 20 rounds. He needs to be doing that sort of thing again today, right? Because Space Soldiers, they are a team who can, suddenly turn the game around and actually use their aim to overwhelm you. And this is that same setup. We saw the music into Stralis, Windigo, where you have one player on the B ramp, the other one playing close to the doors. Bubble being the man there, playing close. And Poison with his scout. Surprised he goes for a scout. He definitely must have had money for like an M4 or something. Oh, a lot of damage though.
Yeah, 2 huge tags already. That also softens them up. So the
What's
bubble
going on?
still popping off with a USB. A double kill into this round. Poison. What's going on with him, Ben?
He may as well stuck with the USP.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about it, he's had 12 kills with the USP in the last, what, 26 rounds.
He's had more kills with a USP than any other gun.
Yeah, everything else combined.
So far,
That's crazy. I don't think there's ever been a stat like that, though.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Space Order is now in with a buy, though. 5 AKs. No Molotov in play. But there is the 5 smokes as well as flashbangs. And there's actually... So Poison does upgrade to an AWP. He gives the scout across to Ships, who must have dropped him the AWP, because I don't think Poison had the money for it. So Ships, he had a fantastic game against Astralis, you remember, 35 kills.
Yes.
Victor was right behind him with 27. That's a situation where they need everybody to show up. Victor doesn't actually get the kill. 88 damage is not enough.
No, that's rough. I mean, Bubble going to try and get it a little bit more back in that CT side favour. The extra flashbang goes over. He will get the first in the drive-by. However, Paz and co are still able to upset him there. Backstab as well, because Antares has been able to take the short control, eliminates Poison, and this whole round has fallen apart.
Yeah, just the scout and the FAMAS on the retake. Blocker not exactly going the way of the bomb. But Ships finally gets a smoke towards CT, so he can actually exit now. But it looks like he's trying to get an exit kill, because you can see his cash. He doesn't really want to have this scout into the next round, based on the fact he can't really get too much done with it. Blocker, however, will get contact from Paz, who doesn't actually feel like it's worth it, but looks things. He just wants to give the information. There is one player in T-spawn. I don't know who the other player is there. Ships. Ooh. Misses the shot though. X is ready for that fight.
Yeah. Hungry for it. They do take him down. So it's going to go 2-1. And Blocker appears to be the only player that is able to save. Could get his head lopped off by Paz, though, if he's not careful here. Constantly peeking up. Suspect of the push that could be coming to him from Morse T-spawn, but luckily Paz won't over-aggress.
That pause will come through. I imagine that's Windigo, though, as well. So that's more like the kind of pauses we saw in that, the matchups yesterday.
Yeah, this makes more sense.
Yeah, actually, using the pause, talk about the buy we can go through. Obviously, you save one weapon. You need to orchestrate what does the guy who has the weapon saved do with his money. Does he drop an extra weapon cross? What weapon is it? All these different questions that need to be asked, need to be sorted here. It's nice to see a team actually make use of that, though, because it is quite often, like, we saw even Astralis, right? When they did not pause, sometimes they were late out of spawn because of all the actual weapon drops, whether it's drops, buys. They were quite late out of spawn sometimes. It's good practice as well, because in a proper game where you feel like it's do or die, you will want to use the pauses as much as you can, otherwise you might regret it. So the AWP was picked up though. Engin did take it to the next round, now it's on Major. There's Antares. He's been given this free roll again to cause chaos, really, but I think that's a one-way smoke slightly in favour of Ships, though. It's being very loud, though, is the issue.
Ooh, Victor. One elimination comes through as he will be able to punish Paz, but X trades it back. They're left in a 4v4 already. Map control being taken by Xantares, Ben, but he's dinked down very low, just 20 HP, and Bubble opting to make a bold play, but X ripping heads off left, right, and centre.
That's such an awkward situation, because they'd never really cleared that pit. But the last time they went long, which was literally just last round, Victor was the only man there. He got a kill this time. And they're thinking possibly there might not be a player here, right? We might be able to take the risk. Blocker, though, taking another risk, pushes into tunnels. He will be able to guarantee there's nobody there. But this is still a 4v2. They need to find kills if they want a chance into this round. You can't but feel like it might be a save call straight from the get-go here. Even though Space Soldiers have not quite got onto the site yet. I don't think you can expect Blocker to reach all the way around behind long and get an impact. You see Poison now going through lower tunnels as well. It's got to be a save call, and somewhat worrying because those kills came quite quick, didn't they? So Ships obviously caught out at mid. He was quite unfortunate to lose the gunfights of Santares. That's quite a clear difference. FAMAS to AK battle. The FAMAS will not win the fight if it's, the AK player lands the headshot, right? Long. Bubble, he might have been a bit too cautious with the way he was playing. Because he had the position on them, but didn't want to take the crazy risk. Decided to play a bit neutral, and obviously X not taking any of that. Just rips his head off. all tied up there.
This round will go over to Space Soldiers. That's now going to be 2-2. Windigo. Not too much money to play with. This round is going to rely quite heavily on Blocker and Poison doing a good hefty shift to damage. Poison needs to try and relive some of that prowess he had in the pistol round really here with the AWP if he wants to open this one up potentially. But Space Soldiers looking to just run all over them, Ben. That T side starting to look feisty already.
And Zantara, as I said, he's been given that sort of free roll. That was very close to landing. They're boosting.
Oh, look at Zantara.
They've actually got his Major's been tagged as well.
So just sprints the whole way down mid.
They've not seen him either. This is loads of free kills.
This is going to be horrific. Zantares, the double kill, as he rips his way through him. Hungry for more. He's not done yet, Ben, but now he finally will. He put in a coffin by Poison. As the aggression comes out towards mid. Poison, they're giving him a golden opportunity. They're picking him one by one. Blocker as well, sprints up towards top mid, but Engin will get the headshot and the follow-up. And it does just come down to the Bulgarian sniper in Poison.
Cut up, it's a matter of time though. He's been crunched from 3 different directions here. It's like the Space Soldiers logo on the minimap right now. It's very similar to it. And Poison gets taken down. Even though he gets the 2 kills into the round, imagine how different it would have been if they simply checked the top right.
Yeah.
That was the bomber as well. He was on his own. Instead, they just don't check it. Endgame gets 2 free kills, really. Like, there was no chance for them to fight back. Space Soldiers take a lead. Windigo will buy back into it, though. But there's no AWP in play. So Poison really is trying to carry that form on from the pistol. So slightly more regular default from Space Soldiers by the looks of things. Major watching down mid, 2 players outside of long, 2 players in the tunnels. Victor playing God B here. We'll call that for now.
It pretty much is. He's coined it.
Yeah, it's a bit of an easy one. It's not just behind doors, because there are a few doors in this map now. So we'll call that God B. And Victor, they watched God B play it before. They figured out the Molotov that works beautifully.
That is great as well. That's actually one that could, be used very effectively if you ever were to play against Big.
And you can see Windigo, because of that kill, they need to get some information. The place that they decide to do it is towards B. The issue is the amount of time that they might have to sink in here just to get this information. It might be too late because Space Soldiers, they were originally looking like they're going to execute towards A. However, it looks like they're going to go back towards long. Poison is there though. And Major is ready for this peak to actually come through. He gets a free kill.
They don't realise there is another player in lower though. So Ships is able to get that follow-up frag. Towards long, however, Poison goes down. Falters. Bubble on top of the boost spot, trying to get the frag. Keeps them delayed long enough that the backstab can come out from Ships. They're left in a 2 versus 3 bench. Ships, armed with the AWP. Can he punish? Misses the initial shot. He's burning then. He is going to be taken up in a ball of fire. Bubble struggling to actually connect the shot as well, but will delay the plant temporarily. Paz is close by. Straight through the smoke with a crisp shot. Bludgeons Bubble, and it's all on Ships to try save the day as he hopes to salvage this one. 1 player on site, 1 close towards ramp. The AWP in his hand, but no chance. He will go down as they double face him. They can save that AWP as well. Drop it back over to Major, and it goes 4-2.
Yeah, Ships tried his hardest to get the round going for them. 2 kills, obviously, as you said, they didn't expect another player to be in the low tunnels. Ships does very well from their 2 kills. However, the players towards A, not quite able to do anything. Like Poison, that flash absolutely ruined him, to be fair. That's a nice peek from Bubble, though. You can tell the difference in sort of, like, Major's not a designated AWPer, is he, right? He doesn't do it all the time, so he doesn't know some of the tendencies that people will do on Dust 2, for example. They're actually just going to charge in as well. Zantares and Kali-X, so confident. Ooh. And with good reason, apparently. Zantares is destroying everyone in his way now.
Yeah. Nice double kill coming out there from Zantares, the hat-trick in total. The backstab is coming around, but with the timing, it just depends if they're in or not. They're actually a little bit too slow, Ben. So they've been caught in the crossfire. Paz brought down very low. 34 HP is all he has left on him. Victor and Poison trying to go for this aggression in, but you don't really want to run for a smoke. You haven't really got too much to do. So they will be backing off, instead going down suicide. Zantares will have a field day with this, most likely.
5k as well. That's the second ace of the game. quite rare you see 2 aces in the space of 7 rounds.
Yeah.
I wonder though, because obviously Major got killed right at the start of that round, didn't he? Bubble got the kill. Very nice kill, it's fine. They took the AWP, I think they threw the AK that they dropped over the wall, which is why the CTs ran through spawn and then they just couldn't find anything. So a very nice small play made by Space with perhaps Major saying, throw the AK away, make sure it's not visible, and get rid of it. A very small thing, but teams sometimes do forget about that sort of play. Because imagine if they picked up an AK, the 2 players in tunnels would have been dead.
Yeah, they would have been armed, they could have actually done an awful lot of damage, rather than just a couple of dinks bringing them down to 34 HP. That's 2 1AKs, 2 players gone. At that point, that 2 versus 3, you know, it's winnable.
We're going to use that second pause though, not surprising by any means. We're kind of used to this now at that stage where if they find themselves having question marks about what they want to do with the buy they have at hand, very willing to expend the pause. So 2 AWPs in play. Xantares again, he's running down mid. But he's actually slowed down a bit, waiting for that Xbox smoke to land before he goes up the catwalk. So it will be 3 players on A side. Poison with the AWP watching that push towards the site. Bubble will be rotating, but he's going to smoke it though. And that's just as the push comes through. Spacer is not flashing Poison at all. He's able to take them out with ease. Easy as it gets for Poison, really. There's no flashes used.
Yeah, that was absolutely bone dry. And just leaves them in a pile of bones. Ships will be the final man to get a frag as well. Takes down Paz. He'll hit the DECK, and that'll be the round picked up for Windigo. So off the back of the pause, looking quite tidy there in that round. Now for Space Soldiers, reinvestment comes back out. They aren't going to go for the AWP by or Major. This could telegraph something a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't mind rounds like that where you do try and catch your opponent off guard, right? If the flashes had landed or if they'd used them properly anyway, it would not have probably gone the same way it did, right?
Yeah.
Poison, if a single flash puts him off, he might not hold that same angle. He might have to fall back even further. And I wouldn't be surprised if Space Soldiers do something quite similar again, but maybe an execute instead of the actual dry take. Because this round is telegraphed the same way as the previous one did. Bubble used his smokes towards short again. However, this time Space Soldiers you see lining up the smokes. Execute will come in. They want to catch off Poison, who did have the AWP. So it's the CKRF smokes coming in. One of the smokes has not landed properly there.
He drops through, he goes for the CT play, but because it didn't shroud him fully, he does go down as well, and all of those frags are being picked up relatively rapidly, Ben. It's just 2 players that remain, Xantares and Major, and they're in awkward angles, not really going to do too much. Major gets 1, but there's the trade from Bubble. And that was a very clean round from Windigo. Only 1 rebuy going to have to come out. Space Soldiers, a little bit awkward there.
Yeah, they keep running to the meat grinder that is Poison and Bubble, apparently. Both players got 21 kills between them, 7 on the rest of the team. And Space Soldiers, I imagine this is their pause as well, purely because you've essentially thrown 2 rounds away there. I mean, if you think about it, simply put, you got 1 kill across the 2. Those are gun rounds as well. And from that, can't help but feel like they have to just resort to, because there were no issues with the way they were playing those first 7 rounds or so. Like it was quite loose, I guess, right? It was a bit of a split and pick. But it was working out. Like they were getting the picks that were needed. Like Xantares, you can put a lot of faith in him because apparently he's landing the shots needed right now.
I can confirm it was the Space Soldiers pause that was used into that one, as you'd expect. We're going to be getting back into it now. Round 10. Ooh, Major. Goes for a bolt play. Oh, it's one of those classic moments. You feel like you've shot and you haven't, Ben. That would have been the pick.
Right on it as well. You even saw the crosshair still. Like the scope was there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Some very nice spam from Victor.
That's confident as well, really.
Some smokes used towards mid. But Poison, he's the only man actually on short here. Bubble has been playing well thus far. Looks like they're going to let Major actually go for the pick instead as well. They need to make sure the play on B ramp can't influence the peak though. And that's simply not going to cut it. You know, going for the shoulder beats. Kalex will get the first kill, but the trade was immediate, but straight back again by Xantares though. There's only 1 player towards B here. If they're able to catch out or single the player out, this could go very well for Space Soldiers. Xantares very wary of that player jumping up though. Oh, if he were to shoot, it would have been a multi-kill. Has a smoke as well. This is delaying it quite a bit. Xantares is still the man in action. Ooh, taken straight down. Has expecting a bit much from him here. I can't help but feel like Both players cutting in towards him. Shot from everywhere.
Just battering them down as they charge their way in. So we'll go 5-5. It's all tied up once again. Space Soldier's money is pretty much out the window though. Not really a lot to play with. And these rounds looking better and better for Windigo, starting to get a second wind. And Poison, he really has been the top dog right now on that side, giving them the extra leeway they need. If he can keep this up, it could be effective.
I think the main thing for the Windigo side though is that double AWP.
Yeah.
Although one of them has just been taken straight out of the server by KaliX. Sometimes he looks at him like, did you just do that? Really? Blocker will try and get something done there. Is peeking into deals. It's quite a risky move to make, especially when they're landing the shots. Thankful for them that they've got two players quite close. That deadly duo in KaliX and Zantara is sticking together, knowing they can trade each other quite easily. But because of the way they've moved around the map, Victor had to give up a lot of the map. I don't think he knows there's a player on A site.
Oh, Engin thought he was out of his eye line there, hoping he could line up the shot and get the headshot off. But it won't be going that way. It's a 4 versus 3. There is a lot more firepower on the 3 players on Windigo though. Their arsenal is absolutely booming compared to the Deagles that are in play here. 4 Space Soldiers, they try and cross towards mid. Poison will get the first, the response should come out from Zantares, double deeks down, kills Poison, 3 on 2. If they keep trading efficiently here, Ben, they'll win this round just off the trades.
Oh. No chance for Victor there whatsoever. It's all on bubble there. Has a kit, has an M4 and a smoke.
Gonna slow walk his way up. So close towards the wall, seeing if he can actually slide onto the site. KaliX's head just pops up and gives him that opportunity to slay the first man. Hungering now. Wants to try and strike against them. Actually has an inkling. Sees the barrel there, but unfortunately Zantares is an AK and he will always be ruthless with a weapon. Gets that round and they now go 6-5. It's got to be a Windigo pause.
Third pause used by them already. And this is a close scoreline at the very least, so it's not too bad when you compare to the previous map. But Zantares was the only player there to have actually bought armor, so it's quite thankful he was the one who picked up the AK.
Yeah.
I imagine they did actually delegate that as well, make sure, does anybody have armor? Okay, you take this, make sure you have it. Even if things had gone poorly, like if Paz were to have been killed by Bubble on that push, Zantares had a Molotov as well, so that round was going in their favour endlessly. Like KaliX opened it up so well. Blocker perhaps being a bit too confident, like I mentioned, it's quite scary to face those tunnels whenever you're against even an AK, never mind a Deagle. Because you do risk that 1D coming through, and it did. Windigo, you can see the effect of having to potentially buy around those AWPs that they had before. No AWP this time. A 5-7 for Bubble. From the 4 M4s. Oh, this is so aggressive.
Paz, the early confrontation goes in his way. KaliX is quite low though, just on 17 HP as well. So he has been tagged up. Over towards the B site as they get themselves ready for this. Windigo. 4 men alive. There's going to be a fight for territory here at mid. Major in the meantime deals with Victor. They want to try and go for the split push across. Nice boost comes out. Bubble in the elevated angle will get 1 kill. They can peek from window as well, so they can just converge on the T's now. And they're slamming their way through. But not Zantares. He is an entirely different level of beast, Ben. As he'll be ripping these heads off. You just can't take him down.
He's so good when he's got the AK in his hand. It's like as if he's playing aimbots, really, isn't it? He simply, the crosshair placement, no even fear when he does go for the tap. Does lose that fight, but Poison should be taken out from the other side. But sometimes it's so unreal, though. It's just the fact most players might resort to spraying, like in some instances like that. He was just simple, just 3 bullets. He has confidence, that will kill.
Yeah, he has no effect mentally in terms of like, you know, being overwhelmed or being panicked in a situation. Doesn't matter how many players are pushing him. He will still just AD, 1 tap, 1 tap, AD. Like he's just comfortable.
We saw that round against Astralis actually go in their favour when they did this. However, surely not this time.
There we go. That's the way it should have gone versus Astralis, really. Just everyone holds their own, find the frags, and they blow them away.
And even now, that was a full eco from Windigo. It's not even a fantastic buy. You can see the M4s, and you know Victor does take that hit. He goes for the FAMAS, make sure he has utility. Poison gets the AWP. I'd say that is a worthwhile buy for him as well. He's had quite a lot of impact when he did have the AWP in his hands. But it might actually just be a fast B rush from Space, or just trying to catch them out. They know they have money. In fact, they slow it down now. KaliX doing his usual grenades, and they're going straight through mid-doors and ships. This smoke makes it a bit easy for him to find kills. Does get traded though.
Engin keeping it going there. He gets the headshot, flick around onto Blocker through the smoke as well. Bubble is left dead on the ground. Major will get the easy headshot on the adjustment, but Victor will trade it back. And it is now a 1 versus 3 here. Victor the Tractor through the smoke. Starts to cut his way through them, Ben. Eliminates KaliX, looks for more. If they peek out through window, he could potentially punish. Oh, Zantares can cut off the rotate. If he goes for this, surely he will die.
I was going to say, Zantares is giving himself not much room to get the kill. Like, if Victor ran all the way across and actually found the 1v1, it would have been very doable. But look at the scoreboard for Space Soldiers. 21 kills on Zantares, 7 on KaliX, and the rest of the players on 6. The auto snipers are being purchased as well.
Oh.
This is going to be very hard for them to get across the doors if they spam correctly.
They should be able to do an awful lot of damage here. Spamming early, Blocker going to be tagged.
I'm surprised nobody actually went for the cross, like assume what the natural crossing tag would be. And Poison, he reacted off it there.
Ooh. Zantares goes down, but KaliX will trade it. There's another player towards mid as well. Could be Bubble. Ooh, very tidy adjustment there with the scout.
Sound like a pair of owls there, didn't we?
Ooh.
There's a 3v3 there. Windigo, there is a kit available to them. However, you got to be thinking firepower-wise, just pure guns. It does favour Spacers quite a bit, as well as Blocker being tagged. But as you can see, they're slowing it down. They want to see if Windigo will make the error. Maybe just sitting into T-spawn here. He's looking around to see if there's any other weapons he can actually go for. They must have thrown away the... Yeah, there we go. That's the area they go to throw all the auto snipers away for. Because I was wondering, where would you normally throw them away, but... I think we'll be doing one of the smokes towards A long. With ships playing towards the car, he'll probably be going saying they're probably taking long here. Blocker does go for the peek and he does get taken down.
That's unlucky as well. Losing him there makes this round so much harder now. But Bubble, an aggressive play. Nice tag into the shin as well of Major. Still trying to commit out, but they're just spamming now. They know he's at window. They're going to Molotov it, so it's fight or flight. He will fall back. He can boost his teammate over the smoke here if they want to. Instead, they're just going to bounce straight in. They're going for it then, but they're being cut down. Ships with a Famous wants to try and make himself famous. Gets one. Looks for the second and the third, but he will only get 2 before he's taken out by Paz there. But a close round. Going 10-5 in the end, with Space Soldiers picking up that final round at the end of the half.
So I believe Zantares has, what, 22 kills this game?
I think so. Which is
so thus far,
ridiculous.
They've played, what, 24, so 39 rounds. He's got 55 kills.
Yeah.
That's, we were talking about it before yesterday, though. We were saying, like, at some point he has to have one of those games where he shows, like, he can actually perform to a crazy level. It appears to be this entire series rather than just the one map. But that could be just the element of him thinking, I'm much better than these players, though, as well. Because normally you're facing people who you might consider to be better than yourself. So, like, you face a Astralis, like that sort of lineup.
Yeah.
Phase, you still think they're quite good players, so you won't play that aggressive style. Against Windigo, he's probably thinking, I can play that aggressive style. I've beaten these guys before. I'm going to do what I want here. Somebody just make sure you flash me in whenever I ask for it. That'll be fine. And it kind of shows that when he is confident, it's hard to fight back against him.
Yeah. Because he has so much raw potential. Individually, he's so talented when it comes down to using a rifle as well. The AK potential is just through the roof, and he proved that. An artist with the AK, he's painted a very pretty picture by being able to accumulate 22 frags in the first half. But will his story end here, or is he going to be carrying on, dealing some absolutely filthy blows? We get back into it now. Smoke towards Xbox. Windigo going to try and bombard their way up short. Major spamming out, but no real tags back.
Yeah, very close to getting the lineup on the spam there. Zantares does get flashed off, but not too much. Instantly recognises that a lot of players will be pushing onto that site. Ooh. And this is a fast retake though, Space Soldiers. They've got 3 players pushing up short.
My goodness, they're sprinting their way up. And And the re-aggression is going very well. However, Ships has other ideas in mind. Kills 2 men, backstabs over towards Long. Poison with a connection on Kali X as well. So it just comes down to a 2 versus 1 now. Major deals with Ships. He is down and out. That'll be the defuse. The pistol round. Not as clean as some of the others, but still going to be picked up by Space Soldiers, as it will go 11-5. Poison, no USP, no 5k.
Apparently so. Like, I do. If he got killed on the T-side pistol on Mirage as well, he'd have an absolutely outrageous like kill per round pistol.
Yeah, his pistol round
just for
kills
this series
are crazy.
Because it'll be at least 11 from my knowledge here. So that's still across 4 rounds, nearly 3 a round. Ridiculous. So some interesting investment from Windigo. So they did get the plan. So they got 2,700 for that. But instead of actually going for a force buy where you could drop AKs across, you've got a scout and then just a lot of deagles. Ship's the only man with armor.
Oh.
Tyrus doesn't care about your armor there.
He doesn't even need an AK. Give him a FAMAS and he will just rip you to shreds. The man is absolutely mental. So talented. Paz as well with the double kill at the end. Space Soldiers. They're picking up these rounds in a matter of seconds, Ben. Doesn't matter what you invest into. When he tricks you, try to pull out your sleeve. If you enter Zanzaris' domain, you are just going to go down. 25 kills now picked up. And this is round 18 as well. So in the space of 17 rounds, 25 frags. That's a pretty damn good average.
He's doing very well. It's a good start for Windigo, though. Look at that aggression. Zantar is still willing to face mid like that. Like, all of the Space Soldiers players just slowly just colluded towards mid just to take the fight. Kaliax will spot some players towards B, though. B side's taken completely. The flash through, Kaliax charges, but nobody's making them available to him.
It was bold, but there wasn't really any control to the chaos. It was a little bit unorthodox. Leaves them in a 3 versus 4 now. It's really favourable, but they're going to use those Molotovs, force them out of positions. Blocker runs straight into it as well. His entire path was on fire, but Paz for timing. Doesn't matter, somehow still gets the kill. It felt like that was the misplay, but instead it was the victory for him. Now, 2-on-3, aggression coming out towards the B site. Poison, gonna look up in the elevated angle, gets that frag. Again, Paz from behind, finding kills.
So low.
But now he has to try and clutch out the round, pushing out, just going for the pre-fire, suspects Victor's location, has to hit him with the first bullet, will do so. No kit, no round.
There must have been so. Oh, you can see they're saying there's a kit, but it's too late. Paz, he picks one up on the way out towards mid doors, but that is not going to be enough. He gets 4 kills in the round.
Yeah.
Trying to get back to recover the AWP potentially as well, but that's going to be too late. Windigo get around, and that's probably a lifeline as well, purely because the hold was not fantastic from them. You got to be thinking the player outside tunnels should not be losing that fight to Paz. If he wins that fight, that round looks so much better. And Space Soldiers, they're not even actually forcing straight back into it. You can see like the half buy coming in. They know we can get a buy in next round regardless what happens here. Paz, look how aggressive he is. But the bounce wheel jump!
Oh no! Paz, it's unfortunate. Bounces off the elevated angle. Zantares nearly rearming himself, but will still go down as Bubble had the timing there to get the frag. Engin, Kali X just armed with pistols. The Deagle in a P250, but it doesn't seem like they're really going to get much from this, as he's the only player that remains in a 1 versus 3 now. Goes down to Poison. They won't get the extra cash from the bomb plant. Well, they will. Just to sneak it in there just at the end.
That's $300 for whoever did do that. But I said, we mentioned Blocker last game, didn't we? How he was quite slow to the server.
Yes.
Even on this map, he's 4-13. He's just not had much fun again, apparently, against the Space Soldiers side. Like, he normally is quite an aim star as well. But potentially losing the fights and then losing that confidence that comes with it. I wonder how much of an effect that has actually had on the game, though, because thankfully Poison is showing up. He's got 23 kills himself. Some of the others popping off when needed. You have Bubble Ships getting multi-kills when they do require them to. But when you're missing a player like Blocker, it's got to have an impact. So the short take looks like it will be the call. That Xbox went quite late. And they actually are going to walk it the whole way too.
Oh.
Yes. It's a lot of damage dealt as well to Zantares. The players at long should be able to hear those players when they first run up to it. The scare is if they just go for a burst, it'll mean this A site's free. Zantares throws that, but that's not going to stop anything.
No, it doesn't really do too much at all. They're going to steamroll their way out. This round will be picked up. Ooh, Engin gets kill on ships. I mean, to be honest, it's a 4v4. They can try and go for this round if they want to. They don't have much cash, though. That's the risk they run.
The main thing, I think, is the lack of kit. Because grenade-wise, you've got 2 smokes and...
Oh, no.
That's surprising that Poison was holding the angle there, because, you know, Major had an AWP, he was looking at it for quite a while. And clearly, they want to have this AWP. It will be recovered. Question is, if he peeks up, he risks falling down himself as well.
Yeah, now you can't reface that again either. You're too low at this point. Still risking it, Ben.
Nobody's there to even help him.
This
like,
AWP's
surely they
taken
should
away.
defend him.
Oh no.
Oh, God. Surely the CT should have been there to try and bail him out, though.
You'd have thought so. I mean, it was definitely something that they were realizing they need to carry through into that next round, or else he could have just run away, saved the AK, saved everything else. Did feel like it was a bit of an unnecessary peek, though. Yeah,
he didn't need to peek towards Poison to begin with. With the smoke there, though, he probably should have landed the shot, right? It was kind of like it wasn't a one-way, but at least gave him a nice angle to find a kill. But very unusual, though. Xantares and Paz literally just saying, yeah, you've made the error, that's your bad, and then just ran away.
You're on your own.
Yeah, like, that's quite unusual. Because imagine if they'd boosted one onto the dumpster and then having the players try and fight it as well. They have to get quite far forward to see him in pit. But alas, they lose it. Xantares and Paz, the weapons into this one. And look at the tunnel control here as well, so they've completely taken this side of the map. Windigo have 5 players towards A long. But they have a Xantares to deal with, is the issue. This could be really bad. The Molotov comes through, Xantares actually getting hit by it. He sits in it the whole time. He's taking so much damage.
Ooh. Blocker gets the kill on. Engin trying to tap down with a P250 and punish them, but he can't really connect too much. It's looking a little bit awkward as the site control will come out. Ships with the AK, the range advantage. Proving dividends there, as they will be able to find that kill very easily. Paz, he has to save. The rest of the 2 teammates can try and hold for an exit frag potentially here if they want to. But no matter what, this round is going to be picked up now by Windigo. It'll go 12-9, Ben. And Windigo, if they can keep this up, I mean, they're finding a little bit of a streak now. They're actually connecting rounds together. Space Soldiers slowing down, but they will be able to get a full buy back out. And that's where their firepower returns.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like Xantares could have made a different play to what he actually went for. I can understand you're trying to catch them off in the smoke, or at least close to the smoke. But surely as soon as that Molotov goes there, you need to reposition as soon as possible, rather than risking... You know, he lost half health, like straight from the get-go. And the only way he wins the round, or at least makes it winnable for his team, is by him getting 2 or 3 kills, I feel. And instead, he just falls, they lose that weapon. They will now rebuy. Major, you can see who's deciding regarding the AWP, but it will be dropped by Paz, I believe. So the AWP battle, Poison versus Major. Oh, he gets the first door tag onto Paz. And they're running straight down mid with 2 players here. This could be very bad. Paz is already low. Major's open towards short, so the CT side is completely open. The B split looks like it will be the call.
We get ready to try and go for this play. They've still got a lot of utility. 3 smokes, the triple Molotov. They've got all the flashbangs in the world for this as well. Paz, this timing means everything. And he peeks out. One step line. Kelly actually gets one, but luckily, the Molotov, the Martyr Molly, after death, will be able to kill him. And it just falls now at the 2-on-2, Ben. Mid control coming out. Ship's going to be trying to hold this as the contact phase comes around. Major scoped in. But that angle's so awkward. He's not focusing there. He didn't realize as well. He's just looking up mid. Ships gets the frag. And it is up to Engin. A 1-on-2 to bail Space Soldiers out.
Poison's looking straight at this angle there. Gets the kill.
Wow.
Does have a smoke for this as well. Ship switches to an AK. He's got no kit though. He needs to go through the door, but taps it. Ship's walking straight through it. It will catch him at the side, surely. That was still quite close though, wasn't it?
Dinks him then. 11 HP. No AWP save there though, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can see they're paved in gold right now. So much money on the side of Windigo.
We're seeing a true difference though in the fact that Xantares is not having an AK in his hand. having quite a big effect, it feels like. And Paz tagged again while crossing.
Ooh.
That was a really nice nade, but unfortunately not going to help you ultimately if you do face into the guns that they do have. And Poison actually tags Paz when he crosses back as well. So he's had a bad day in terms of crossing those mid doors.
Hasn't gone amazing for him. And it is now a 2 versus 5 here. As the aggression is coming out, they're trying to make the play over towards the A site. Kalitek's going to dig down, eliminate ships as he will connect that. Oh, peeks out for more as well, trying to obliterate them. Major with a chest shot, can overthrow Blocker quite nicely. Is there much more he can do, really? Even if he forces weapons out of their hands, it's not going to be that impactful as they just have so much money. And he is going to be going for the long con, it seems. Bailing out of there, possibly hoping to scavenge a rifle.
You can see the confidence on Poison, though.
Yep, angle held. Bubble going to be able to deal with him. No weapon save, no nothing, and that is a free Eagle passed over to Bubble as well. And they've nearly equalized this now. Considering how it looked at the first half, it is quite crazy. There has been a noticeable slowdown from Xantares.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like we mentioned with Electronic, for example.
Yeah.
When he switches to the T side, having an AK in his hand, he's so much more effective. And it appears to be the case with Xantares in this matchup, at least. Simply not being put in the position where he's taking the fight. Instead, the opponent is pushing into him. And that appears to be his spot of weakness, at least. Especially as, you know, CSGO, it generally does favour the peeker rather than the person holding the angle. So Space Wars, they fake the long control. They then resort going back towards short. Major's flashing it, and surely Xantares gets multiple here. 2. Doesn't get the third,
no.
they're both blind.
But he still stays alive, Ben. He's able to get out of there. If they had a HE, they would be able to get rid of them instantly and just delete them by dunking on them. They're all going to fall back, though. Already, that's an amazing way to open up this round.
Poison, surely.
Oh, doesn't even get the frag, goes down as well, so no punishment there. He was on his own. That is the bomb gifted to the CTs. Now it's just a desperation play. Bubble and Blocker just need to try and do anything. Xantares, still relatively low, will go down as Bubble will connect that on him. But all the CTs need to do is defend the bomb, really, and they've won the round. They're going to be holding towards CT, though. The double face comes out. Nice crossfire set up there. And Major and Engin will be able to close down the round. Finally, Space Soldiers reactivated once more. Xantares getting close to the 30 bomb.
And just as I mentioned, he feels a bit more confident when he's the one making the play.
Yeah.
When he's the one aggressing, getting the peek onto the opponent. And that showed just then, you know, Major flashes in for him. He peeks short. Probably should have got all 3, but he kind of held for the spray. Nevertheless, getting 2 kills, still perfect. And that double nade. Surprisingly doesn't kill him, because one of them, we saw one hit him straight in the face, it stays on him.
The other one went right a little bit behind.
Yeah. If they both landed on him same spot, he would have definitely been dead.
It's actually surprising he did manage to survive in general, though. 31 HP left on him. Ships, Guardian Angel looking over him, Ben.
Yeah, very fortunate to be alive in this round already. And I think Xantares is playing on the Shoxy angle as well, but I don't think he's facing. So the same play is going to be made by them, but from a slightly different angle. Windigo have not made noise coming up short here, though, is the thing.
Oh.
They have to go for the flash at some point. Here it comes.
Xantares goes for the peek. Easy peasy gets one, but there's a trade back. Victor finds the headshot. Engin, so much to do. But does he have to compose it? They're not going to clear it. He has free reign to mow them all down. Sets up for the spray down as he'll hit them all with it. That is a hat trick in a matter of seconds. Engin going to be happy with himself after that one. Licks his lips. Oh, Major as well. Barely staying alive on 7 HP as he shakes it off. And Windigo, you can only imagine this is going to be their pause because they need it, Ben. They have to adjust right now. It's that little ditto in spawn. Look at that. Kind of looks like a ditto.
It's actually the head on fire one. It's upside down though.
Yeah.
You could argue that from our perspective here, it looks like a body that's actually like a flame and then a head on it.
Or an upside down beard.
Yeah.
Or some flowing hair.
Yeah. Like
Gene Simmons from Kiss.
So Windigo used that last pause. They've lost the last 2 rounds. That one, though, will be a heartbreaker because they simply did not check it properly. You can see the players doing the little jump spot, but they never cleared the full corner. It's quite rare that players do play actually in the corner as well. Normally they're playing just in case to get the peek onto one of the players. But it's that same call from Windigo, the B split call. Very early mid control, and from there, the question is what can they do? Space Soldiers, though, you can see they're rotating through CT. Knife out, though. They don't actually hear that boost. They check for it, though. Easy kill.
Oh, tidy stuff. Victor on the reface gets the frag. Kaliex will be able to take him down, but can he defend the B site, Ben? A bit of a pepper spray there on the two players that do remain, and once again, it's Engin. It feels like it's always Engin in these 1v3s to try and save the round, especially towards the B site. Oh.
They did spot him, though. So that is the information that he's quite far away. I think it's an easy way of saying it. But the main reason he's that last man alive, it's the same kind of round, though, isn't it? It's that B split call that they've made. He always goes for that long rotate around. And that's the second time he's done it now as well, so they'll be able to actually isolate and be like, okay, whenever we've done that, you'll be the one that goes all the way around. However, with them seeing him, the chances are the next time it happens, if it happens, he will not do the same rotate. So that round purely won, can't be like, but the fact that Windigo were out mid so early, Space Soldiers did not expect them to be there. Paz probably not ready for a peek to come through when he actually got boosted in the box. He was thinking, okay, I'm stabilising this, and then just gets his head ripped off. So a very good round from them. Space Soldiers should be able to buy back into it though. Can't feel like this is do or die though. For me, this is the kind of round where whoever wins it probably wins the game.
Trying to get the shot off there with the AWP down mid. Allowed to cross. Centaurez once again. Oh, Ben, the Xbox jump. He gets it, but the trade's back from Ships. And they're being able to counter this aggression now. They're prepped for it. Engin will be able to get one kill. An awful lot of damage done, though. Look at the HP discrepancy there between the side of Windigo and Space Soldiers. They're all a lot lower, as they will try and go for this play up onto the A site. I don't realize all three players are at short, though. And May just slowly approaches out. That nearly was the double as well. Misses the follow-up shot and goes down. 2v2. Kaliex gets backstabbed by Poison, and it's all up to big man Paz.
Can't help but feel like Kaliex should be getting the kill there onto Poison. However, he's being so loud against Control. He definitely knew there was a player towards here as well, though. You can see him before that choreographed map. And he doesn't even check to his right, but he gets the kill.
Somehow. Smoke's going to go down. Ben knows the face of him as a cross blocker will kill him as he crab walks his way over. And they find that elimination. 14-13 now. And this game, so close, so down to the wire. Very different kettle of fish to what we experienced on Mirage. Space Soldiers looking like they still have that level of raw talent, but Windigo stepping up to the plate, going toe for toe.
And Blocker showing up when needed.
Oh.
He only had 8 kills before that round, gets 2 as well as winning that clutch. And Space Soldiers, they take the hit this round. Full eco. You can probably assume that this goes 14-14. Unless there's a miracle on the side of Space Soldiers. However, it doesn't look likely. Blocker finally getting into a rhythm here with his eco. So they're not, Windigo not going to fall for that same thing against Astralis, if you remember. When Glaive was sat behind that car, they only molted one side of it, and they actually lost around when they went up long without much utility used. And that was just the USPs. Should not be possible this time. Although, there are still kills and damage being given across. They lose the one man, that's not too bad for them. Space Soldiers, they buy in. They need to win this round. Because otherwise, Windigo will be in prime position to take, you know, all 3 points for this map. That was all ever so close. It's that same call from Windigo, the B split. It's worked twice already. Zantara's the man rotating now. He's got his knife out. Does switch to his M4 though. Smoke will come through. It's a bit too far to the right hand side if you're looking from mid. I think there is a gap on the bottom right and top right of it. However, they are delaying from that. And Zantara actually pushes with the flash that was used. Whenever they've done this B split, there's usually been 2 players. One of them will give themselves down, but then the second player usually gets a lurk kill. Space Force should remember that. Paz and Kaliax in B though should be able to deal with this. Bubble doesn't even have a smoke for this. He has to get lurk kills purely on his aim. It looks so one-dimensional from Windigo. They need to go B.
Or fires out a warning shot there. Kaliax trying to take them down. Paz will be able to get the adjustment. Ships trades it back though. Ships just racking up these frags now, looking dominant into the round. And he picked this one up though, trying to go for the fake plant, hoping that Xantares would get overzealous and push in. Bubble setting them up on a date with the coroner, but Major has other ideas in mind. Smacks his head off, and Ships, unable to protect himself from the death from above that comes out from Xantares, Ben. The first team to achieve match point will be Space Soldiers. Windigo, they brought it back for so long. But will it slip away from them, or is this going to be overtime? They need one round here to force it out and push it into OT, as a pause will come through.
That pause has to be on Space Soldiers' side, I think. It's a technical pause. I think Windigo, I felt like they used all their pauses in the first half, myself. But it might not, it might have been wrong by one, in which case they used the previous one. However, now using a technical pause, there used to be that thing with Renegades, you remember, which they used to say they had a technical pause, but there was no issue because you can't prove it, can you?
Because it's online.
Yeah.
My keyboard's been unplugged.
Yeah. But you're typing.
Yeah. You can't exclamation mark pause. No. What do you mean?
It's got a text-to-speech keyboard.
On-screen keyboard. Clicking.
Yeah, so this pause works delightfully for Windigo coincidentally into this one, because it means they can talk about the buy or what to do in this round. Space Soldiers, though, will be happy with it regardless, because they had a situation where two players stay alive. They can now pass guns across.
I wonder what the reason given was.
Yeah, because it's awfully coincidental, isn't it?
That it would occur right now.
Yeah. Like, unless it was a visible issue from the previous round as well.
Yeah.
Like you know, a mouse unplugging and you can see it disconnected and their PC wasn't coming back on or whatever.
My dog's fallen down the stairs.
And kicked the cable out of my
PC. And it's accidentally pulled my PC with it. Sorry, dog's eating config. I can't play. My crosshair's gone.
Yeah, Space Soldiers there. They keep two people alive. They had the two guns that were kept. I believe it was an AK and an M4. You can see the AWP has already been bought by one of the Windigo players there, so I imagine that's poison. Otherwise, though, you can see them. Not many of them have actually bought there, so perhaps there is a technical issue actually being dealt with between the team.
Could be. Well, we wait for this one to get back underway. Space Soldiers currently with the advantage here. Into a good position. Now Windigo, they seem to have got Space Soldiers' number though when it comes down to Xantares' aggression. He's been going for those more aggro players quite consistently now, and they know how to deal with it. It looks like we are ready to get back into it, Ben. The buy coming through as we'll carry on with round 30. Will this be overtime? Or will it be the 16-14 win for Space Soldiers, allowing them to 2-0 the series and get the full 6 points? If it goes to overtime, the Pro League rule set applies. So one team that loses will get a point, the winning team will get 2.
Poisoning straight for his peak. The double nade does quite a lot. Similar damage to what it did to Ships, even though Ships probably took a bit more of a battering in terms of actual visual.
He got the full forehead brunt of the damage.
And they actually did boost Major towards short here as well, though, but he didn't go for the same sort of aggression that Xantares has been going for. So you can see the movement being made by Space Soldiers. They did have 4 people towards that A side of the map. The Xbox smoke does come in. Xantares spamming through to ever so close to them there. Must have been making outlines of the players pushing up that catwalk. Major, about as soon as this smoke fades, the nade will come through. You see him lining it up. That should be beautiful. Oof, that's a solid amount of damage. That guarantees 4 of the Windigo players now will die to an M4 headshot, regardless. Only Ships is the man who can avoid that situation. Very good utility usage, and it's slowly just, you know, the clock is ticking here. 45 seconds. They're going to go long as well. If Space Soldiers deal with the players coming from short, this could be bad news for Windigo.
They've done an awful lot of damage to the players, though. They've whittled them down a lot, and this aggression is unparalleled then. Just sprinting their way out. They lose both players, but look how much damage is done. Major, he could clean this one up, but does he realize that far out wrong? Victor with the timing as well gets the kill. Kali-X trying to defend the cross. An abundance of grenades launched right at his face, as he will have to fall back towards CT. Paz coming around from short. Gets one. That's the bomb dropped. It makes it more awkward, but Kali-X spamming away. Thunderfooting up, trying to go for the jump shot to deny the plant bed, but Bubble plucks him out of the air. No acrobat skills coming out today. Paz left to try and punish, gets one. 2 more frags to find to win the game for Space Soldiers. It's left in the 1v2 clutch. Delves down, gets tagged, tries to respond but can't connect the headshot. The car providing protection here. Trapped between such an awkward place. Oh, eventually gets the headshot off.
Here's a kit as well.
Has to change out to the M4 house, so he's actually got ammunition. Ben, time is ticking away. He needs to go now and try and make the play. Victor holds, sitting in position, gets the headshot off, jumps on the bomb.
Quite close though. It's within a second. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, Paz, big man Vinny Paz coming in strong there. And the final round decimates them. Somehow they don't overthrow him. They had 2 superior angles over him. Caught in the 2v1 face, but Paz will still win it, and Space Soldiers deny it overtime, meaning they get the full 6 points for the 2 games.
That's a crazy round to lose as well, that's the thing. It was a 1v4 technically.
Yeah.
Because the player in CT, he was kind of swamped, right? Paz gets the bomber, delays it a bit, and from there, you don't need to give him the peek.
No.
Right, the player holding that A ramp angle, I think he had 1 HP. There's no need to be peeking that. That's so bizarre. Like, they might have thought the round is probably over here. It's very hard to retake that A site from short. But instead they gave him the chance, right? They kept on peeking him over and over again. Like, even the 1v2 when he was CT, the player kept peeking on site, car, but he was still not being killed though. Neither of them were dealing the damage. And that's just an error you can't do at this level.
It is absolutely wild. This opening pistol round was ridiculous though. Poison proving that he is a strong contender and can perform at times, but apparently more so just with a USP in his hands. Ben, Windigo, a strong resurgence towards the end of the game there, starting to reinvigorate themselves, but Space Soldiers, somehow just the clutch potential of Paz, winning them the game in the last few seconds.
Yeah, even though he was quite twitchy right there.
Very shaky.
It was very back and forth, but he lands the shots that are needed. And that's a really solid 6 points to pick up. They're in for a good shot overtaking phase now.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. But we'll leave you with the replays and join you with our second series with some different teams after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.